had days in the past, and I honestly still have these days where I just feel completely overwhelmed with things to do. There might be so much things on my mind that I just feel like I can't even function and I end up getting absolutely nothing done. So the most common thing for me to do is to just create a to-do list. But to-do lists really never have an end. You can start one today and just continue on tomorrow, the rest of the week, and the rest of the month. So I did some research in the past and I came across the Eisenhower Matrix that I am going to share with you today, and hopefully it helps you if you feel overwhelmed with all your tasks too. So today I'm going to try to explain to you how the Eisenhower Matrix works and how it's been helping me as a busy mom, and then I'm going to take you into the Notion template that I created. So instead of looking through your long to-do list, this method is helping you figure out what is the most important task on your list and what you should focus on to get done first. So with this method, it divides your task up into 4 different sections. In the first category, it's going to be important and urgent. So I like to think of this as the do it now category. So this is anything that really needs your attention today, anything that's family, bills, deadlines. So I like to put in appointments in this section, bills that obviously need my attention, anything for my son that usually has a deadline for school. And then in the next section is whatever tasks feel important but not urgent. And in this section, I like to say to schedule it. So these are tasks that are probably not screaming for attention, and if you don't put it on your calendar, you're most likely going to forget it. So anything that is like self-care, meal prepping, content creation, those are things that I feel like I want to do. Those are part of my goal. I feel like I have to schedule them in, even though I really want to do them. My do now section usually takes over. And then for this next section is the urgent and not important. So this is a category that I like, but also struggle the most with. This is anything that you can hand off. It doesn't necessarily need to be you to get it done. I've been working on doing more things in this area. Things like grocery shopping, putting bills on auto pay, expense tracking if you're focusing on finance, deleting old photos. So for me personally, I have been looking more towards Instacart for grocery shopping, which has been saving me a lot of time. I don't have to wander through the aisles. Expense tracking, I have looked into softwares like YNAB if I want to be on top of my finance and not have to spend hours going through every single transaction. I feel like this is an area that a lot of people might struggle with because it's hard to ask for help sometimes. But in the world that we live in now, there's also a lot of technology that we can take advantage of. For the last section is the not urgent and not important. So these are things that you should probably let go of. Anything that is a distraction or a time filler. Sometimes it's hard to navigate through this section as well, but if it's something that just stays in any of the other areas and you really don't see yourself getting to it, then just let it go. So this is things like reorganizing the closet. I've done this in the past. Is it necessary? No. So if you don't have the time, just forget about it. Any unnecessary purchases. So now I've started just putting in anything that I want to buy. So it kind of makes me think about it twice. Do I actually need this item? Any random crafts. So one thing I had to do over the past month was like labeling my son's water bottles because they kept leaving them in the classroom. My thought process was to order them on Etsy and wait however long for them to come. It was just unnecessary. Now I'm just going to take you into the Notion page that I created for myself. You do not have to get this elaborate with the system. In the past, before even going to Notion, I used to just get a simple lined paper and I would get 4 highlighters of that color and write down my little key box of what each one meant, and I would go through my to-do list and I would start with all the green and make sure I got all the green done, and then anything in the next section that says schedule it, I would enter it into my planner and so on and so forth. Okay, so here is my Notion dashboard, and we're just gonna start right off with the brain dump area. So I just made this, like I just said, as like a piece of paper, and I'm just not thinking about anything else, and I'm just writing down everything. So I had Cancel Adapted Minds, which is an app that my son wanted, and now it's just charging my card. So I need to get that done. Buying house slippers, I just need new ones. Add bills back into my Google Calendar, something I did in the past, took it off. I want to re-add that on. Get some wood from Home Depot. I am in the process of trying to reorganize the closet and figured out that I kind of need custom shelving. But right now, off the top of my head, those are what has been there from this week, and I haven't categorized yet. So my next step, I'm just gonna go in here and start categorizing. So personal, and as I categorize, it's just going to disappear. So once I'm in the areas of life, I can decide which area is the most important to me that I feel like working on. And in each area, I put how much tasks are to be completed versus how many I have in progress. So let's just go into the home section. Now in the home section, you'll see the task that I added, which is get cut wood from Home Depot. Here is where I'm going to prioritize based on the matrix. Is this something I probably need to get done now? No, not really. Is it something that's important to me? Yes, but it's not urgent. So I am going to schedule it. So once I put it as schedule, it shows up in this area here. And since it is scheduled, I'm going to give myself a month of which I want to get this done. Since we're at the end of May, I'm going to put this for June. In the next section to schedule it, I let the property show for the months and the due date. So since these are things that I know that need to be scheduled, I might not know the exact date of when it needs to get done, but I might know the month in which I want to get this done. So one of the things I have was buy teacher appreciation gifts for the end of the school year. So school year is going to end next month. I'm going to put it in June. But in reality, I don't know when I'm going to place the order because I don't know exactly what I'm going to get yet. Then in the handed off section, I had to order a magic jack for my grandmother. It's just something that we've been talking about for a while. I just want to send my aunt to do it. I don't really feel like doing it. So I put it in the handed off section. So then in the not important and not urgent section, I have buy the house slippers, which I don't really need it right now. I wanted to create a new page in Notion for my blog, get a small traveler notebook, nothing I really needed. I probably just saw one and thought it was cute. And then to look into Amazon reviews. I still do want to do that, but not anytime soon, nothing that I can put a date on. So I don't really want to leave that on my plate. If it comes up again, then maybe. And these things don't necessarily have to be deleted. They can just sit in here. If someday the to-do schedule is completely clear and these are things you want to revisit, you can go back and just take a glance at them and see what you actually have time to do if you want to do them. And then I just added some other little things that are not that important, but just for me, just keeping track of reoccurring tasks, because sometimes it can just get a little redundant to keep writing things over and over again. I've even added a shortcut into my phone where I can just click the button and then it automatically goes to create a new page in Notion. So I can just keep updating new tasks that come to mind while I'm on the go. Even on a Sunday is like the best day while I just walk around the house and just think about, what do I need for the bathroom? What needs to get done in the kitchen? What needs to be done in the living room? Once that's all out, like I feel so much lighter and my brain just feels clearer of where I need to start. Again, you don't need to be as elaborate as I am with the Notion template. Here's an example of something that I just printed out. So instead of the sections, I just did 24 hours, this week, this month, this quarter, and then future research. So these are the colors of the highlighters that I used. And again, just went through the list and highlighted what needs to be done in what order. So I hope this helped if you have been feeling overwhelmed with your to-do list and wanted to do a brain dump but didn't know where to start. Also, if you are interested in the Notion template, let me know in the comments below. Like I've said in my last two videos, this is a new channel, so let me know so I can figure something out to get this available to you. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.